Base Hoban.
Base Hoban is here.
Did you guys see what Frazier rolled?
No.
Oh, he just rolled a 3, Jake, though. Really good for Frazier.
Jake rolled a 6.
Oh, it was a 6? It was a
Yeah.
5?
Yeah, that was a no. He rolled a 2 and a 4. That's 6.
Do they both know what each other are playing?
I'd imagine, right? Did they post deck list? Do you know?
They didn't. I just asked Dalton that.
Oh. Okay. So.
But they probably know what each other are playing at this point.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Did Frazier draw 6 cards?
I'm still not sure how to pronounce that card. So.
I don't know.
Did he? Sure he did.
Oh, is that a BLS? He plays it?
Whoa.
BLS, Curry Bandit, and
The
Frazier.
Ned Salkovich special.
I heard Dan was playing that also.
All right, so
So he gets Curry Bandit.
now is Frazier actually playing the hands as well? Because most of the builds with
I don't-
Curry Bandit don't play the hands.
I
Yeah.
don't think he was playing hands.
I don't think he's playing hands either because the problem with Curry Bandit in that deck is you mill your hands and it doesn't do anything.
Luke said that he was playing hands with the Curry Bandits, but he didn't like the combination of both.
Yeah.
I remember trying that problem in Dragons.
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, let's just put it as Curry Bandit artifacts. Then maybe we should just edit it as like the game goes on, as we find out more of his deck. You can put like Curry Bandit artifact.
All right, so
Okay, so he's definitely playing.
So if Frazier has a
artifact.
soul charge, that
Frazier-
could be pretty strong.
Frazier originally said 2, and then pulled him back and said a 3rd.
So it could be
So
that would be
he's
like the moral tech.
Almost certainly got a moral talk.
Yeah.
And what did he just take? Ignition?
Yeah.
Ignition. So that just goes to show that he definitely does have a moral talk.
The moral talk, ladies and gentlemen.
So it looks like I see a launcher and an Archfiend. I feel like
And I see a soul charge in
Yeah.
Phinney's hand.
Jake actually just has combo.
Allure.
Oh, Allure. MST. Oh, he main deck space.
Do you-
Allure is really strong for that deck. They get to see so many cards.
Yeah, you like that in Infernity
I
Pack?
do. I think it's really
And
good.
Levier is so accessible,
That's
too.
true. Yeah, it really works well with Levier. Well, that's interesting. He decided to banish the Archfiend.
Hold on, wait. First thing, you
And
gotta
the Stygian.
Nathan Howard.
Yeah. Oh, is that another Archfiend he has in his hand?
Not too hard.
Yeah, I believe
yeah,
so.
Okay.
I believe so.
I guess that was good.
Was that Infernity Break, Soul Charge, MST, and Launcher, I think?
So you're playing for it, right?
So I feel like he had some kind of combo with Launcher, but I guess he just decided to forego it.
Well, but
Yeah.
then that'll be like really unsafe through.
It would, but at the same time, Frazier did just get Ignition.
Yeah. So it's just gonna get harder.
Oh,
from
you're
here.
right. He did grab ignition, making launcher harder to.
Yeah.
Frazier is probably just in a really strong position.
Yeah. Not only does it cut off Launcher, but it also he can just interrupt his combo really well.
Yeah, because almost moral tech is set probably.
So
So Frazier's just gonna set 2 more.
yeah, looks like it.
The thing about Frazier's deck is it's really, really reactive. It can't really do much until the opponent decides to do anything.
Oh my god.
So I feel like Jake is
Does he
contemplating
hit the ignition?
MSing one of the new ones. So
Oh.
he hits the ignition. means
See, the
it's
thing
in
is with
battle
soul charge now, if he activates soul charge, he has to skip another battle phase.
Right.
That was
Okay,
a really
so he rips
that was a
Rhoda.
really strong draw.
It is really yeah.
Doing this. Except it looks cool.
What did you get here? Armonite or Gruffer?
I would get Armageddon Knight
Definitely.
safer, because you could dump the Stygian
Right.
and then make an Exceed play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you guys are more savvy with Infernities than I am.
I only know what I heard from Chumley.
I played Infernities at YCS Jersey when,
With the Synchro build, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it.
with all the decks were fire and water, and
That's tough.
Was it? I thought I had a really good water matchup.
yeah, I think I had a really good both matchup.
Oh, I forgot
actually.
Barrier was at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could just go into Dweller really easy.
See that?
You could do that, and against Fire Fist, you could just so easily pick off their back row with Diamond Dyer, and the way Jake's hand is going right now, it really reminds me of playing Infernity against Fire Fist back in the day.
Like, you can't attack with my armor. Like, summon anything at the bottom. next session.
With players competing in the TCG Player Platinum Tournament, Aaron Shiflett and Rob Vogel, please come up to the
Phinney is actually in a really good spot right now.
Aaron Shiflett
I mean,
and Rob
so we
Vogel.
know we're aware that Frazier has like 3 life back row at most. So, I mean, do you think that's like
There's no bottomless because he
What is he
milled it
gonna
with
try and
Soul
do?
Charge.
yeah
I just want to
with Bandit?
right here. So
Or yeah, that's what I meant.
I wonder
Sorry.
if he'll just
Next turn,
Diamond
like,
Iron.
they're gonna
Oh,
attack
can he actually X1? Is that live?
I think he's trying to count.
It would go. He has 3 cards in hand.
They're gonna attack.
3, so it'll be 5 to
Yeah.
5. No.
5 to 5.
You can
Okay.
get Arsenal. You can use the effect.
On
game,
Lava
you can
Chain.
use the
That's some
effects
fast
of
math,
the
Danny.
Arsenal.
I always have to sit and like count.
It's in my genetics. Maybe Frazier has a torrential.
That wouldn't be too bad.
I would almost be inclined to just go Diamond Dire here instead of Lava Chain.
And try and hit the decree.
You know,
What
if
would
I
Lava-
were going to Diamond Dire, I would hit the other new one, the one that's closest to his deck, because, like we said, first turn Frazier set 2 and then pulled him back into set 3, so he probably has Moral Talk somewhere in those 3.
Right.
So I would just go Diamond Dire and hit the one that I know for sure, or I guess have a good. All right, if I know one of the other 3 is a Moral Talk, then I'm gonna go for the one I know
Why would he dump Harris?
might not be.
I mean, what I feel like is that could either be like a real thing, but at the same time it could.
Labyrinth.
I feel like it could be a Beagle Talk because he set that with Ignition, and I understand that he has like a Moral Talk set probably.
Well, I don't think he would have set Beagle Talk because he grabbed Ignition after
Well,
the Curry Bandit.
right, but I mean like he didn't. I mean, you know
So
how
he would
set
have had
2
to
for
draw
turn.
it, right?
Right.
It's probably just whatever card he drew.
So I'm gonna be proven wrong here. Or Frazier just trying to get him to hit that card. I don't know.
You know, another good indicator that he has Moral Talk is that he set Ignition, where he had 5, and you can't use Ignition unless you're using it on your own if you have 5.
Definitely.
Right. Okay, so the new one was Breakthrough Skill. So it's in his graveyard, Harrison. And,
See, now, like, Jake's in a really...
well, Jake still has combo.
He's not
thing.
in a bad position at all.
What he can do is he can Soul Charge back both and use the Labyrinth to, oh, well, he'll just pass, I guess.
He just passed?
Yeah.
Does he have an Infernity card in the grave?
No.
No. Yeah, no. he
His
didn't.
set is Break, right?
Yeah.
He's got a break set,
Break,
launcher
Soul
set,
Charge,
Soul
Launcher.
Charge.
Yeah. I feel like
I mean,
he just could have comboed.
he's probably
that.
just.
Would you have gone for it there, Pat?
He'd be Soul Charging back into Stygian.
Well, it
maybe
wouldn't-
the other thing.
I felt like if he Soul Charged or used Launcher first, whichever one, he could have baited out at least one back row. Because there's only 2 relevant back rows at the time.
Right.
I mean, his 2 back rows had to have been
But what does he
something
do?
crazy.
Like, what is the actual combo there? What is he going Stygian?
He goes Stygian, Eris, and then he activates the field
He,
spell.
he used Eris already. Oh, or do you
I
mean Soul
understand
Charging
that.
it back?
Soul Charge
oh,
it
okay.
back, and then use the
Oh,
field
you
spell.
can use the field spell with
Yeah,
Eris
yeah,
and
target
then
the
Archfiend? Oh, I probably would have
Archfiend
done
and-
that then.
Yeah.
Banish the Eris, and then start comboing out from there.
Yeah,
So
that sounds good.
Soul Charge for 3.
And then he grabs back Bottomless for the turn.
Oh, man. That sounds brutal.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like Jake should have soul charged.
Yeah,
Yep.
now
and
his
then
Soul
used
Charge.
the field spell last turn.
Yeah.
Then, like, best case for Frazier, he has, like, Torrential, and then Jake still has Launcher and can make his Break Live.
I think he just drew another MST.
Oh, yeah. He takes, Frazier takes 3,000 for Soul Charge.
Did he not attack with Lava Chain?
He couldn't
It was
because
under
of
ignition.
artifact.
Oh, ignition. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So here he's gonna, I guess, try and soul charge. Yeah. Ah.
Wow. He did draw the MST.
Wow. That's pretty good.
That was good on Jake's part. He played the soul charge just so that Frazier would just be like, okay, I can just bottomless.
Yeah.
And so if he has warning, he won't do it on the soul charge.
Right.
And then
Would
when
you have
he
grabbed back
chains
the Stygian also?
it,
Because he could just always like
Yeah.
exceed for another lava, dump something else, and the Stygian would still be in the grave. And how about Archfiend? More live to special summon Necromancer
it
with
would
the
be at
Stygian.
least 2 rank 4s, right? Because
Yeah.
you can banish the trans.
And then he could exceed the
For the field
Necromancer and
spell.
that, grab back.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it looks like Jake turned it around in terms of board position. Because Jake still has a live launcher.
Soul Charge has made this deck so much more consistent.
It's made it stronger, like significantly more powerful. I think what ended up making it consistent in the first place, though, was Lavalval Chain.
Lavalva Chain was definitely this. And then when Eris came out too,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can we just have an unwritten rule that we all don't play with Infernity?
I would agree with that rule.
I broke it in Milwaukee, it looks like. But don't worry, you sure showed me, Pat. You and Desmond both.
It's just
That
like
was awful. That was a terrible event.
it's just like when you play against Infernity and they go first and have the loop. It's like you're stepping in with a game loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that was... I want to say that was a kind of weird play right there. Because now he has to overlay first, I think.
He doesn't have another Archfiend in his grave?
I don't think so.
No. Oh, yeah, no, he allured that one here.
Cause like I felt like if he brought back the Stygian, he could have baited something out with Diamond Dyer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, at...
And even if he hit the Morotech, the 33% chance of him hitting Morotech, it still wouldn't be that bad.
The game's over if he does hit one of the other two with
Yeah.
Talk. But if he does hit it, he has to deal with the rank 5 that's just sitting on the field now.
Well, he has a break,
Right. He also...
and he also has launcher.
He also has a way to make Levier for his banished
Yep.
Infernity Archfiend. I mean,
Water one's cool because it almost like forces Frazier to use one of his back row,
Do you guys
Yeah.
know if Frazier plays Call Up the Haunted?
and it makes it so that
I'm
he
sure he
can't hit the Molotov. Because even if Frazier just lets this resolve, Jake's going to be in a really good position.
yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree.
So I think 101 might just be stronger than Diamond Dyer right here.
And they could cut off a possible Call of Haunted as the back row.
Yeah. Actually,
But maybe
all
Frazier
of
would have.
those were set, and he had a Moral Talking grave.
So he
last
didn't
turn,
use it. Yeah,
and
that
he
makes
didn't
sense.
use it on the wobble chain.
Well, maybe he didn't use it because he had Dark Hole though.
That's true.
I had that feeling when I feel like I've used Dark Hole too early, and I'm sure Frazier's potentially feeling that now.
I hated it when I used it on an armor and they just set another armor.
That's the thing about Infernity, though. Like, if you can use it where Frazier used it, where he couldn't have searched any cards, that's probably the best you're gonna get. Because
Yeah.
if you try and wait, he's just gonna have barrier.
Right, right.
You know, it's funny. I think Konami actually made Infernity slightly better by limiting barrier. As weird as that sounds.
Yeah.
I was thinking about I think YCS Chicago was the last event before the format changed where barrier went to 1. And I was really not happy with any of the choices, so I was trying to like think of all the different decks I could play, and Infernities crossed my mind. And one of the things I thought about was dropping barrier to 1 to have just better draws, because you don't really want to draw barriers, you just want to search them, and then searching 1 and breaks is it's obviously proven to be enough.
Right, and that's why some people played 2, like Satoshi I believe played 2.
Yeah. And now it just I started thinking about how I might do that, and it looks like it might have been better this way.
Yeah. Now I feel like
that launcher is going to be huge here.
Gosh.
Yeah. I just kind of feel like.
Do you think they could both be Molotovs? Because Frazier's not even debating anything anymore.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or like a Beagle Talk or something.
Yeah. That could be a very definite possibility.
I don't know. I just feel like if he had just normal summoned the Necromancer and forced him to use the Triple Nightmare on the Archfiend, then he can make a Leviair here instead. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's obviously not what played out.
All right, just out of curiosity, I'm not 100% sure on this. Can you banish Harris for Palabyrinth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's another Fiend.
It's a Fiend and
target
Archfiend?
an Archfiend, yeah.
Does he have another Stygian engrave?
Yes.
So like what he can do is he could banish the Archfiend, grab a Archfiend from the, is it grave or deck?
Grave or deck, right.
Yeah, so he could search another Necromancer, then banish Stygian, special the Necromancer, overlay for like a rank 4, maybe Lava Chain, I'm not quite sure. And then he could make a rank 3 for Leviair, and he'll end up with like traps and...
He's just going to go Leviair.
Yeah, he's just going to go straight for it.
What you were saying sounds significantly better.
I just feel like he's not getting enough value out of his cards. I mean, he's still in an excellent position, so.
The one time I played Infernities, I played the Synchro build just because every single play is like the exact same. You just loop 100 eyes and then end with all the same stuff. And it's just significantly easier to play. And I had finals around that time, so I didn't have the time to learn the Exceed version. And I still never learned the Exceed version. And let me tell you, it is way over my head. You have so many different options.
It's like what you would think is the correct play, it's just not, because like sometimes you just end up diamond diaring your own cards away too.
Yeah.
Does that work?
I think.
Does that have to specifically be level 3?
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't have to. It could just be another Fiend.
I guess I just always see him do it with the level 3.
Yeah, so he has 3 barrier break set. I guess that's. I don't know. I guess that's what he was going for. Right?
Yeah. At this point, I would assume that both Frazier sets are.
I haven't thought it out, but
artifacts.
I think the way Jake wanted to play this turn was to make sure that he had 3 break and a barrier set. And I think maybe like a few breaks and barriers, like maybe like one barrier and like 1 or 2 breaks, and then like a Key Beetle and a Necromancer floating. I think that's how I was trying to play it out.
I love floating Necromancer.
Yeah,
it's so strong because they're going to waste all their cards. Well, not that Frazier even has cards to waste right here, but usually they're going to waste all their cards getting over just through the breaks and barrier, and then they have to deal with Necromancer too.
Right.
It's just very powerful. It's looking like this game 1's about to end.
Yeah. It's cool how Jake made it so that neither part of his field was super clogged, so no matter what he realistically
Drew,
top
he
decks,
would, barrier would still be live.
He won't get stuck. Because that's one thing I appreciate about this. So he's going to start popping cards on Frazier's turn, which is good. He can clear out.
You could just like even if he activates triple break, he's still guaranteed to win, because whatever Frazier would draw, he'll just barrier.
Well, thanks to the Labyrinth, I'm pretty sure he's threatening game right here.
Yeah. That's an extra 1,000 on board already.
Yeah, because Frazier's at 5,000.
That got me yesterday. One of the games is the extra damage from Labyrinth.
Yeah.
It made it so that my soul charge was dead.
Yeah, oh no.
It put me at like 900 instead of 19, so I couldn't soul charge for anything.
I
think it's cool how break is not a cost, so I can make hands miss timing too.
I probably wouldn't do that. What is that?
So he skips another battle phase.
Ignition.
So this gives Frazier another turn, I suppose. Realistically, what do you think Frazier could draw?
That was one of the old ones?
Huh?
Yeah, that's
yes.
the new one. No, the ignition is the new one he just said.
Oh yeah. No,
And then
okay.
Frazier
Top of that.
wiretapped the first break.
Right.
Oh.
So
okay,
it made it
yeah, I
seem
must have
like it was
missed that.
really good.
Okay, I must have missed that. Okay, so the last card's definitely a Molotov.
I think Jake is debating as to whether or not he can barrier that.
That's game.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have
Yeah.
done that unless he can like actually do enough damage.
Yeah. Well,
But
I'm pretty sure he could because he has a levier target, which is Archfiend.
yeah, he probably could do 5,000.
Yeah.
I was thinking Frazier was still a full, but he's soul charged.
So it looks like Jake takes game 1.
And Frazier can play through back row pretty well.
Yeah. Although they have difficulty playing through traps that are in your hand. Sometimes. DD Crow especially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
DD Crow hurts very.
So, right now.
Effect negation
Okay.
are pretty much the only traps that are like good against him. Like the breakthrough was
Also, Infernities have
Not
a
good
semi-tough
enough.
time against hands.
that
Infernity has a semi-tough time against hands.
makes sense.
So while they're siding, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll see you in 2 minutes, right? No, 1.5 minutes. That's the one. All right. Hey, yo. What's good, baby? We back.
We're back.
We're back. Yo. Hey, get this on for a second. Say hey.
Put it on, Amasu.
Masu.
Hoban's using the restroom.
Hoban's using the little boys' room, so. It ain't pro, it's got to go, baby. Shout out to Pro Winston. Haven't seen you since 2012.
2012.
How's that Exodia doing, dog? How's that for? He's a forbidden one right now. All right, and we got Hoban coming back right now.
Hoban is back.
So I don't know if I play that, but that's good. Yeah, but so did this. Yeah, I think.
All right, hope I didn't miss too
So
much.
I don't know. I
Does
thought-
Frazier only side max
I think
East?
this is a land stack. Another land stack because
I don't
they
know
want
what
deep
Frazier
prison
says.
against you. Deep prison's pretty good in the mirror, I guess. Yeah. As I'm giving Kalen deck advice for Cosmic Dragons. Okay, so in other news, while they're shuffling up,
Did Jake have to go second?
oh yeah, it looks like Jake decided to go second. That's crazy.
No, Frazier.
oh,
Frazier
wait, wait.
lost.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay,
man,
yeah.
You tripped me up. Come on, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh.
That is a tough pick.
Would you get duality or warning here? I don't think I'd get breakthrough skill.
I'm definitely going to get breakthrough skill.
You would get breakthrough skill?
No, I said
Oh.
definitely wouldn't get
I
breakthrough
was
skill.
like, whoa.
I don't think Frazier has any monsters, so he might have to get duality.
For reference, by the way, Joe Giorliando just lost. So it looks like Rome will be moving on to
Yeah,
top
Joe-
8. And
Joe's
Rome-
been on a roll. He had taken a break for about a year. And
Oh
now
yeah,
he has,
that's Sylvan deck, man.
he topped the last 3 events.
Oh yeah.
3?
Yeah.
Real?
Top,
What was?
Philly Nationals and then this
Oh, he
one.
topped nationals too. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really good.
So it's warning.
So what is he at? Like 13 now?
Yeah. And this is his 13th top, which I'm sure he will be. He was joking with me the other day about how he wanted to have the most tops without a win, and now he ties Matt Peddle for most tops without a win. They both have 13. So.
Who's above? Is Matt Peddle top? Like in terms of most tops without a win?
Yep.
Okay.
So now they're tied for
So-
most tops without a win.
All right. Which one's Jake Phinney? Because he's at.
I'm sure Joe will get his
Frazier's
win very
at
soon.
10,000.
He's way too consistent and way too good at this game now too. Alright, so he's just setting a Necromancer. I think he said Dimensional Prison maybe?
He said Trapstone and D Prison.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to assume that Dimensional Prison was probably in Jake's side deck, which,
I
can
think
see
I
that.
think
I
he's
gotta-
assuming Frazier plays hands.
you know, I got to say, he should probably be a little more aware of the meta
Yeah.
than he is, because the Curry Bandit build doesn't play hands,
Right.
and he should know that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, I think me and Mike and Brady all talked about this with the Curry Bandit build. When we were trying to decide for the mirror, we decided that we'd call mirror, and then hat like a different matchup altogether. So in hat, we decided D Prison, but against cat, we definitely don't. D Prison doesn't really do anything
Yeah.
because all their cards already get their value back when they're summoned. So
Absolutely. Alright, so
You got
last turn he got
Dark Hole.
warning, so the warning's the one under the Necro
I s-
Belly, right?
I really thought Frazier opened like, well, he can't even grab Ignition because I'm pretty sure Frazier opened either Beagle Tech or Moral Tech.
Yeah, I would almost find it surprising if Frazier kept in Dark Hole.
It's not that bad going second.
That might be one of the cards
Oh.
I heavily consider shredding out.
Does he have an out?
he needs an out to Necro Valley first or anything.
Wouldn't you have discarded the other one?
I feel like he's gonna try and exit on him.
I thought his set was Necromancer.
Oh,
Well, he had a Necromancer in his hand, did he not set it?
Oh, he didn't set it. Okay.
I feel it's a level 4 here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Then,
just-
all right.
Yeah.
If this goes through, it's completely over for Frazier.
Alright, so if, just thinking out loud here, he didn't take the Ignition in his turn.
He
That'll
couldn't.
That's what I'm saying, so Jake should probably know that one of his sets is Moral Talk then, right?
If he didn't take ignition?
Does Frazier have book?
Oh, if he thought, well,
oh,
it's because
oh,
he has
he
an
had one
ignition
already.
right here. That's
That makes sense as well.
that would be why. Yeah, that would do it. Oh, and a really good
A very good Ignition as well.
yeah. This is a really good response to Trapstone. I don't think it could be any better.
See, what I think I would have done was I would have kept the the Archfiend and kept the Necromancer. Or, I mean, discarded the Necromancer in case something went wrong, so that way he still had a rank 4 play. But just banishing the Archfiend.
Well, you can't banish the Stygian under Necro Valley.
I thought it said only if it targeted other cards.
You can't banish cards in the graveyard.
Oh, you just can't banish in general?
Yeah, you can't banish in the graveyard, and you can't target cards in the graveyard.
Right. So both like Stygian and Necromancer were dead.
But then it doesn't stop things like Moral Talk.
Right, because they
Triggered themselves. Okay, all right, I got a little confused. My bad, guys.
What are you doing?
Looking up the text. Got some foreign cards involved, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Yes, you can special summon artifacts into Necro Valley.
Yeah, I guess there must have been a judge call for that. But
Necro Valley just seems really good inside of this deck. I mean,
Yeah.
You can DD Crow the artifacts, you can.
So I remember Frazier saying something he wanted to side Necro Valley. He was just kidding about that, right? Or is he actually siding Necro Valley? I mean, Royal Tribute with Necro Valley.
That'd be crazy. Obviously not in this matchup.
you know, that's true. Yeah, well.
Well, if he Royal Tributes everything,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I might actually just side it in. Like if Royal Tribute were in my side deck, I'm gonna have Necro Valley.
so it doesn't
Like
matter
if
about
it's
Soul
live,
Charge.
yeah. I send them to the graveyard, and then I have Necro Valley for Soul Charging Launcher. Like,
I needed to see their hands.
crazy as it sounds, I would probably side it in if it were in my side deck. You know, my second to last round opponent yesterday was playing the Firefist hat deck, and he sided in Necro Valleys and Commandants against me.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And Necro Valley is just another Floodgate card. But I actually don't think it's necessarily as effective as Fissure and Macro. I think Fissure and Macro are the two strongest for what this is trying to do right here, because when if he is able to out the Necro Valley, he already has his graveyard set up. He's already got the Archfiends, he's already got the Stygians in the graveyard. With Macro, he doesn't have that. Even once the macro is outed, he's got to start from scratch.
Right.
The problem with that is if he draws the macro after the fact, and after he already has it in the graveyard. So I guess it's like a two-sided coin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, see, what happened here was, okay, so Frazier has 2 level 5s, a Dione in his hand, 2 Murmillas in his graveyard, and Necro Valley up. I felt like what he could have done is he could have made a Pleiades and bounce his Necro Valley, summon Dionia to pop the Deepest, and make a rank 4 and replay the Necro Valley.
Oh, that would have been good.
That
Actually.
sounds really good.
But like something also cool about Necro Valley is if you're able to like pretend like you top deck it or just draw it.
Yeah.
I guess like wow.
MST. I forgot to mention that.
Wow.
Space is really good. Yeah. All right, so now he's got Soul Charge and Necro.
Yeah, it was Beagle Talk and Dionea and Murmilla.
So Frazier has a Dark Hole
Prison
set,
on Moral Talk.
right?
Yes.
No.
He's still got the warning set.
And the other one, Moral Talk did not attack.
He's still got
so
warning set.
Jake Phinney took 14 and 17. Yeah, and that's it. And Frazier is still at a lot.
But something cool about Necro Valley is that if you're able to like bait out the barrier, and you just like, no, never mind. I'm tripping out. They could just chain to break. I was like saying it stops break, but they could chain to break to Necro Valley.
I definitely would have normal summoned the Necromancer here, simply because it baits out. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking too, and he has Soul Charge set as
right.
well.
So in this situation, if he has Trap Trick, Trample, Nightmare, he'll have to use it on the
Frazier still has warning set, right?
I believe so. So he could have just warning the normal summon of the Necromancer.
I think Frazier knows his opponent probably has Soul Charge, so he's trying to play around it, but he might not be able to if his other back row.
I feel like it could be masked more if he had normal summon the Necromancer.
Yeah, the fact that like Jake knows that Frazier has warning, and he's still going to just use the Stygian,
Really gives away that he has a backup play.
it really does. Like, Yeah,
See,
it just tells you that.
Did you win?
Did you win, Desmond? No, I'm sorry.
Someone in the stream said he wanted him to nightmare. Oh, it looks like he warned.
You lost to Geargia Karkuri?
Okay, that's good. So he warnings the Necromancer, and now his soul charge is just mega.
Larry Musgrove beat Desmond.
So no, Geargia is moving on.
Bottomless would hurt really bad right now.
Yeah.
You know what I think really got Frazier right here, and it's no fault of Frazier's. I guess he's known. Jake has known where the warning has been set because after he dualitied, he could only set one. He didn't have another one to set, so Jake knew exactly where it was. And if Jake is going to go, what am I trying to say? If Jake is able to resolve the Necro to get back the Archfiend, he still has another Stygian engraved, so he can still just readily go Diamond Dire to pop the warning that he knows where it is and then flip the Soul Charge.
Yeah.
So it's almost as if Frazier has to flip the warning here and just hope his other set isn't the Soul Charge, which it is. Because Frazier's in a significantly worse position if he doesn't flip it and then it's not Soul Charge.
That MST was really strong.
Although this is assuming those other two back row aren't very real.
Well, one is a dark hole.
Yeah.
Oh, he has no cards in hand?
Yeah.
Okay. That would do it. So I guess I'll just assume Jake knows that his opponent only really has one real back row. So right here, I would definitely make Diamond Dire. Without a doubt. I would definitely normal summon this Necromancer, special Archfiend, search another Archfiend, special that Archfiend, search Launcher. Yeah. It looks like Infernity has this, to be honest with you.
You know what? Frazier's other set beat.
That's a good question. This is game 2.
Frazier lost game 1.
Jake won game 1, yeah. No.
No.
It's looking really bad. Yeah, it's looking awful.
No silvers are gonna win.
You made those?
Yeah.
Yeah?
This is the only good card against Carcus. He trap stunned me, I didn't draw this once. Both games he trap stunned me.
You're playing you lost to yourself, Desmond.
Exciton?
Man.
Oh, this eliminates the dark hole too.
Oh,
Wow.
well, okay.
And launcher hasn't been used either.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man.
He's not going to have a giant field at the end of this, but it's definitely just going to be
It's
good.
enough to beat Frazier.
It's gonna be a floating Necro for sure. Floating. He can float Necromancer, key beetle on the Necromancer, and have a break.
break.
Set. Yeah. Yep. Instead of launcher in deck.
Yeah, that's certainly just good enough.
Especially Frazier's no field top decking.
Jake hasn't normal summoned either.
Yeah.
So I guess this one's better than Diamond Direwolf in hindsight.
Mike,
Yeah, the more I think about it, maybe Frazier shouldn't
Have warning. But then he would have been forced to
Because
eventually.
we say he would have been forced to, but I think Frazier just kind of has to hope that Jake makes the wrong play and doesn't Diamond Dire the
Oh, as in he doesn't remember where the warning was set.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what Frazier might have had to do here.
Okay, so the last set is Dark Hole.
How come he didn't breakthrough skill the first Necromancer?
That's a good point. Maybe it's because he couldn't get over it with the two monsters he has on board, and he doesn't want to have to rely on top decking, I suppose. But I feel like that's just what it had to come down to if they set.
Would you have at that point let it go?
So now Jake definitely has to respond to Dark Hole.
I guess I guess you're right. He is kind of limited just by a 1400 and a 1600.
Yeah. But I think that play that Lolly said to make Pallades to bounce was definitely the better play.
Yeah, because that way he could probably end with like a giant hand.
No, you could have even Rhapsodied.
That, and
That
he
would
would still just have a Pallades on the field against him.
Yeah, he would have Rhapsodied away the Stygian and the Archfiend, making the two cards in hand irrelevant, and then he would have had Pallades.
Right. I mean, I think it would have done less damage overall, which is whatever. I mean, I guess that's he wanted to make like Soul Charge as dead as possible, but
No, it would have did more damage because
No.
he only ended up attacking over the Stygian with the Dionea and attacking for 14.
well, right, but he wasn't aware that. He had
Yeah,
prison.
it was a deep prison.
Yeah, he didn't know that he had prison. So like,
If anything, if I were Frazier, I would go as far to assume it's not initial prison.
right, but I still would have tried to like slap a Pleiades and a rank 4.
I'm really
I think
surprised
that's
Jake
more damage.
Jake really boarded in deep prison when Frazier doesn't play hands.
I would have to assume that's just Jake not knowing that the Curry Bandit build doesn't play hands.
Yeah,
It's something he should know.
Yeah, I think.
They don't know each other's deck list?
They don't know each other's deck
Oh,
list.
he plays 2 X.
but even still, just as a general assumption, he should know that the Curry Bandit build only plays like the Curry Bandits and doesn't play with hands.
He makes Levier. And then he's going to make Direwolf, pop the back row.
Pop the Dark Hole.
Yeah, and then make, or special the Archfiend, get Launcher. Use the Launcher. Make Key Beetle, put on the Necromancer, activate the Necromancer. Search a Break. Alternatively, he can make Honor Arc.
But
Not here, but like, okay, so
okay,
maybe.
or here.
Yeah.
That is probably incorrect.
Was that the correct play?
No.
I don't think so. But
Launcher wasn't used, right? No, he can't do that. He can't do that. That's normal summon, Dionea.
Yeah, he can't do that. Can you stop that?
Judge!
Oh, yeah, oh, they fixed it.
all right.
Yeah. Pretty sure he thought he might have gotten it off Soul Charge. Frazier also has a breakthrough skill in the grave, so I feel like if he tops a level 4, he can actually just out. I don't know what's happening. Now see,
Yeah, this is just
Jake's at a-
significantly worse than Diamond Dyer.
If Jake searches barrier here,
Jake is out of field space. He also has no follow-up play.
and then if Frazier just tops level 4, he could just make 101 and just attack over like.
He's got a Dark Hole.
Yeah, so
So
he has Dark Hole, and so
you know what? He
can't-
could almost just search Launcher and end.
He.
I definitely don't think he should have made 101. He
Well-
should have Diamond Dyed the set. But at this point,
He could search break and just stand by phase. Kill the Dark Hole also.
yeah, but then if he draws a level 4, he loses.
Yeah.
Where this way, if he's gonna Dark Hole the field, and then Frazier's gonna have one card.
And see, the fact that Frazier has
Launcher.
a breakthrough skill in the graveyard for the 101 is just makes this play even more like
Awkward.
Yeah.
and unsafe.
All right, so he should have Diamond Dyed, but I think at this point he should search Launcher and just keep it.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
if he Diamond Dyed, then he could have specialed Archfiend and search Launcher and went off even more.
So what are outs to this? Well, it could draw Dionea. Soul Charge is another out because Frazier's at 8K.
What did he search?
Barrier.
Barrier.
That's a
I don't
mistake.
think that's the correct play.
Yeah, which is another.
Because
Frazier be able to draw a level 4.
Yeah.
level 4 attack Dark Hole.
So this gives Frazier a chance to come back. Not to say that he will necessarily. So see, Frazier's like, I need something.
Or just Dark Hole Exciton. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, I just need to be Dionia, Murmillo, a hand if he plays it. Which I don't.
Dark Hole, Soul Charge.
So he baits out the barrier.
yeah,
Yeah.
Soul Charge Frazier's got a fair amount of outs here. You draw one.
So looks like, I guess it all worked out for him.
Gave him the chance to draw it, but
Yeah.
he did not.
Right.
Unfortunate loss for Frazier.
Oh, alternatively, and I'm looking at the stream chat, he could have topped BLS for a game.
That would have been very real.
Actually, yeah, no, he had a Dark, he had a Curry Bandit, and he had an Artifact. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he sided it out.
He probably sided BLS out. He sided it in there.
Oh, yeah.
You can't afford to open in your opening hand going first against Infernity.
Right.